In this video we will look at how you can come up with a good business idea. We will focus on what you must consider before you decide what type of business you should do. How to come up with a good business idea. Coming up with a good business idea can be stressful at times. Not every business idea is good for business. There are some business ideas which may or may not work depending on some factors that influence the running of a business. Having a good business idea is a first step to any successful business. The business idea you have carries over 50% of your chance to succeed in your business. A good business idea is that which will ensure you have customers and, in the end, make profit. That is all a business is about, making profit. But it's not every business idea that can guarantee you customers and profit. Before you go ahead and put your plans into action and make that business idea into an actual business, there are 4 factors you have to consider, which are demand, capital, location, and competition. You might ask yourself how these factors influence the success of a business. In a short moment you will see how these 4 factors play an important role in the success or failure of a startup business, and how they must be a basis of any business idea. Let us look at them in details. Demand and location. The first thing you have to consider before starting a business is the demand of the products or services you want to be offering and the location you want to set that business. Most of the time, the demand of a product is based on the location of the business. For example, you cannot open a mechanic workshop in a remote area where people do not own cars. How are you going to make money, and who will be your customer? Each location has some products and services that are on demand or needed, e.g. if you are in a location where people depend on fishing, you have to consider selling products or services that will be used by those who come to buy the fish or those who fish. Look at the basic needs of the people in that area and see where you can come in. The best business idea is made by identifying a problem or problems affecting people in a specific location and finding the solution to it, as long as that problem affects a majority of people. You should not only limit yourself to what is needed in the now, or what is available, or what is on demand. It's also a good idea to consider what might be needed. There are times when people are used to a certain way of doing things, and because of that, they might not see the need of certain products or services. As an entrepreneur, that is an opportunity for you to bring something new to the market, and being first to do that, you are guaranteed success. Let's use an example of innovation. Before a phone was invented, people were okay with how they communicated, but that was because they had no alternative. Someone somewhere thought of an idea and made a phone, not knowing how people will accept. Now a phone is not just a need, but a necessity to each household and individual. So, if you have an idea that will simplify, change and improve how people do something in the specific area, or on a global scale, that's a business to do. When looking at the location and demand, there are 2 angles worth your consideration. There are times when someone has a business idea they really want to undertake, and there are times when a person wants to do business, even if they have no idea of what type of business they should venture in. In a case where you have a business idea and you feel it's the business you should do, because maybe you are really good at that, or because it's what you are trained to do, or it is your passion, your location should not limit you. The best way around that is for you to find a location where that business will be a success. Make sure that the location of the business is accessible and not distant to your customers, and you will have success in that business. Capital and competition. What has capital got to do with the type of business you should do? Well, it has everything to do with what business you can do. How much capital you have may or may not limit you to doing the business you want to do. Each business has its own demand in capital, and if you want to start a business, you need to consider if the available capital would be enough to start that business. When we talk about capital, we are not only talking about money and cash. Capital can be anything you use to start a business, such as skills, assets, and money. They are businesses that do not demand money as capital, but just a skill or an asset, while some businesses would only require money as capital, and some would require all the 3 forms of capital in order to start. So, before you adopt that idea you are thinking about, you first need to consider the following. What does that business require? Do you have all the needed capital in place? And can you find and manage to meet the demands of that business? For example, if you want to start a business where you need to offer certain services, do you have the skills needed? Do you have the manpower? If you will be making certain products, do you have the necessary equipment and materials? If not, can you afford to buy or rent the necessary equipment needed? What if you just want to be selling some goods? Do you have enough funds to order those goods? Do you have enough storage capacity where you will be keeping those goods? All these questions will help you to see if you have what is needed and what it takes to start that business. Apart from all that, you need to look at the competition you have, check the businesses that are doing what you want to start doing. How well established are they? and how their services are. If businesses offering those same goods and services are well established, known and trusted, it would not be easy for you to compete with them, unless you are bringing better goods or offering quality services compared to what they are offering. You can only compete with this type of market if you can offer more, and to offer more you need to have more. So be more skilled, have more products and good customer service, and most of all advertise more. Doing all that will require a lot of capital, and if you do not have enough you will not compete in that business. You should know that your available capital will determine the type of business you can and should do, in a sense that it may limit your ability to compete with those already in the market. It may also limit you on the location of your business and meeting the demand of those goods or services. So, when coming up with a business idea, think about the demand of what you want to be offering, the best location for that business, how much capital, or what type of capital you need to have, and the competition you have. If you put all that into consideration, you are going to build $1 million business.